Hey guys, and welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a full face of new products. I just stuck them in this Colourpop box, but I do have a few things from Colourpop. I got some stuff for like Neutrogena and Revlon and Flower Beauty. And I've not heard of some of a good amount of this stuff talked about, so I didn't even know like this stuff existed because I've not heard anyone talk about it. So I just picked up a bunch of stuff from Walmart, ordered some stuff from Colourpop, and yeah, so I'm always excited to find some new drugstore holy grails. So first up, I grabbed this Neutrogena Collagen Kiss collagen infused lip mask. So it's infused with vitamin C, vitamin E, designed to leave lips feeling smooth and supple. So I have dry lips pretty much year round. So I saw this and picked it up, and I will like leave prices like on the screen because I don't know what I did with the receipt. So yeah, sorry about that. But I just thought this would be nice to go ahead and put on before I start doing my makeup. Okay, so I will say that my lips are kind of burning, but I'm not quite sure if that's because they were just dry or if because that was what it was supposed to do. I don't know. But I don't feel like my lips feel any better. In fact, I feel like I need something on them right now. So I'm just going to put this on, which is also from Neutrogena. It's their Sheer Smooch lip oil infused with camellia seed oil, sunflower seed oil, and jojoba oil. So this looks like, I think it's in the shade Be Mine, maybe. I know they had a couple different colors, so I don't know if it's just like going to like kind of like tinted maybe, or I don't know, but that's what it looks like. So I'm just going to kind of put some on and see if maybe that kind of like helps with the feeling. Actually doesn't feel too bad. Let's see, let's get a closer look. So it definitely doesn't look like it left any kind of tint. Of course, it could just be like kind of close to like my natural lip color. But it does look like super juicy and glossy. I actually really like that. I think I might keep this in my purse because it's actually a nice like decent size. So you just kind of toss it in your purse. I don't know if maybe it's just so new that it's not going to show up, or maybe it's supposed to be this color. I don't know. But I might pick up a couple more of these and give it a go because it actually feels really nice, and I like the way it kind of makes my lips look. So that's a go for me. So I think what I'm going to do is probably move you in a little bit closer and do my eyebrows. And for that I have this Revlon Colorstay brow creator in soft black, and this is a 5 benefits in one, and it has 3 little different components. I have heard some people talk about this, so, and I know it's new-ish, I think. So let's give this a go. I guess I'm going to do the powder first. Maybe. I don't know how. Okay, so I guess I don't know if the powder's in here or if it's in here. But anyways, I guess the powder is in this thing. Kind of like scared I'm going to dump powder everywhere. But anyways, let's just spoolie these things up. So just dotting it on the back of my hand. It looks like it's going to be a good color. So let's see. I think I'm just gonna like fill in like the middle part of my brow, just because the applicator is kind of big. And I might do part of this. Seems to be doing pretty good. I feel like if you have like really thin eyebrows or not a lot of, or like sparse eyebrows, this might not be the best for you, but it does look like it tints, I mean, it does look like it tints it really, really nicely. So, I'm actually not mad. Like, if I just wanted to kind of brush them through, do a little no makeup, I lost my train of thought. No makeup days, I think that would probably be nice, just to kind of fill in some of the areas where I'm missing some. So, not mad about that. Just gonna use this thin side here, which I like that it's more skinny. And I'm just going to kind of fill in where I didn't put any powder. I will say that it glides on real nicely. It's not like tugging, but it doesn't feel super waxy and it doesn't look super waxy. So I really do like this. This is pretty nice. I'm not the best at doing my eyebrows, but I actually think it looks pretty good. Just gotta clean it up with some concealer and we'll be good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera and then come back and we will work on the eyes. Alright, so for eyeshadow, I picked up the Sweet Talk Pressed Powder palette, which I'm pretty sure this is the one that everybody has been raving about, I think. So that's the outer packaging and this is the inner packaging. And don't have anything in my collection like this. These peachier, like really springy colors. And so when I saw everybody reviewing it, I knew I had to get my hands on it. So that's what they look like here. I know that I'm pretty sure this one is either their Super Shock. No, this one is their pressed glitter, and I think maybe Side to Side and Early Motion might be their Super Shock formula, but it doesn't tell me like on the unicarton. It just gives me like the names. You might say on the back here. Yeah, it doesn't tell you, it just tells you like how much grams of product you got for each type of eyeshadow they have in here. So like the Super Shock shadow, the pressed glitter, and the pressed powder. So it kind of just weighs it out in grams for you. But other than that, it doesn't really tell you on the box. But I assume that, you know, just by looking at them. So I'm super excited to play around in this palette. It's been feeling so good out, and I don't know, that I just really want to play with these here. Alright, so I think I'm going to start over here with Dream Maker. It looks like it's this, like, this definitely is close to my eyelid color. And these two are definitely lining up to do a transition. But like I said, I want to stick mainly in the peachy realm. So I'm just going to go ahead and dip into that one. So there's a little bit of kick up in the pan, but nothing too crazy. And I'm just going to throw this in my crease. I don't know if you'll pick up on camera or not, but I have like specks of glitter all over me from my boxy charm video. Alright, so I'm just going to take a clean, fluffy brush. I'm going to dip into Catch Me And I'm just going to blend out the top there. I think I'm just going to take that same brush that we used for Dream Maker and dip into Meadow over here, which is, it's a little bit darker than that one, so I'm just going to use the same brush and dip into it. And pretty much just put it where I put that first shade. So next step, I think I'm just going to take that same packing brush and dip into ICYMI is me, Ice Me, right here, which is the darkest like color that of like the more peachier. For some reason it's like picking up as like a brown, but it's definitely more of a peachier pink undertone to it than in brown. I don't know why it's not really picking up, but we're just going to pack that shade on the outer corner here and on the inner corner. It's definitely the second darkest in this. The darkest one here is Feel Free, and it looks more like on the plummier side, like a plummy brown, maybe. And I don't know, like, I didn't really want to go super dark. I kind of wanted to keep it light, you know. So I think that's about as far as I'm going to go, like as deep as I'm going to go, I think, for now. And I'm going to cut out the middle part, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I cut it out and I applied some of NYX glitter glue on top, and I'm going to try the brush that I used the concealer and glitter glue for, and I'm just going to dip into that Prima Drama shade here, which is so pretty. And I'm just going to like tap my brush in it. So, picked up some, and I'm just going to tap it. I definitely think it's on the sheer side, so you might have to put a base down before, like, let's see. It's definitely more on the opaque side, I will say that. I feel like maybe if I would have put one of those Super Shock shadows on under it and then packed it, I think it would definitely give it more of a punch. Whereas I think this is just kind of more on the sheer side. Not really a big fan of how that's looking. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that alone. Like, I think that's definitely a shade that you're going to have to have a base underneath to really make that glitter pop. Alright, so I didn't like the way that looked, so I took it off and did the exact same steps. And then I just added a Feel Free on the outer corners. I will say, like, I don't know if you can tell, like, the patchiness of that darker color. Like, I feel like you can see it. I don't know if that's because, like, my eyes just got irritated. Maybe I packed on too many colors. I don't know. But I'm not liking how this is looking so far. But I've already been doing this. Like, I've been working on this for probably a good, like, 45 minutes. And the more I try, the more it just gets worse. So, I'm going to play around with it some more, and and just let you guys know. I don't know if it's just that one color or what, because the rest of them were doing just fine. But like I said, it could also be my eye just getting kind of irritated, or maybe from using that makeup wipe and taking off the eyeshadow. I don't know. But anyway, so I just went ahead and carved the inner corner out. And I forgot that I actually picked up one of their Jelly Much eyeshadows. And I got this in Close to You. And I'm pretty sure I picked this up because it kind of looked like it might have went with like the flow of this palette. So I'm kind of hoping so. Which I know these aren't like brand new, but I've never tried them. So that's what the outside looks like. And oh, that's what the inside looks like. I'm just going to take a little bit off the cap here. I don't know if I like let it sit too long or something. I have no idea. Because it almost feels like their Super Shock shadow just all jellified. If that makes any sense. So that's what that color looks like. It's definitely more on the pinkier side than peachier side, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and just put it on there because why not? I'm not already, you know, it's not like I could do any worse. So I'm just gonna take a flat shader brush and get what's off of the lid here. Maybe, like, I don't know if you'll be able to like see it, but like when I try to like pick it up, it just like moves. So that's probably a little too much. Just put a little bit, put it on the back of my hand. Alright, probably be easier if I just, yeah, it's like crumbling. Probably would be better if I used my finger, but I can't really get into my inner corner, so maybe I'll just pack it on there. Okay, so let's just try my finger. And it's definitely a lot better. And just trying to get it in my inner corner is the hardest part. This is like super pretty though. Really pretty. And I have this Neutrogena It Matters Mattifying Primer Stick, which looks like this. Again, was new. And I'm not much for, I got like, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Got like glitter specks. I'm not much of like one to like to mattify, but it'll be okay. So guess I'm just gonna keep it mainly in my T-zone. Where I tend to get a little bit more oily. Not by much, but I'm just going to rub this there. Okay. Okay, I can definitely tell that where I put that mattifying stick. And it makes my skin feel really smooth. I don't know if that's because I applied too much or what, but it did leave those areas feeling pretty smooth. So let's see how the foundation sits on top of that. So Neutrogena released these, which is called Protect and Tint Tinted Moisturizer with a SPF of 30. I will say one thing, the shade range is not very good. I do understand that with, you know, tinted moisturizers, you can usually get away with going a little bit lighter, but still, I don't think that's an excuse, so just gonna throw that out there. Okay, so that's what this tan to medium looks like. It looks like it might be a little too dark, but I think we can make it work. Alright, so I'm going to start off with a foundation brush on one side, just to see if we can get a little bit more coverage than we would with a sponge. So I'm just going to put some on there like so. And I guess I'm going to do this half. Oh, it's really cold. Okay, it's definitely way too dark, even for my self-tan. Okay, so I just took that darkest shade and used a lightener. I used the LA Girl Pro Coverage lightener, which definitely changed the consistency, and I think it'll probably change the coverage. So if I can get this to match me, then we should be good to go. Alright, so I'm just going to take my damp beauty blender. Okay, that's looking a lot better. I think it kind of changed the undertone. It kind of looks more on like the beigey side, but we'll make it work. Just load my face in bronzer. I picked up the Rimmel Stay Matte, which I absolutely love their Stay Matte powder. And again, I picked this stuff up when I was more on the fair side. So I grabbed the lightest shade, Ivory. And I think even if I wasn't self-tanned like that, it's not going to pick up on camera. It's a lot darker in person than it is on camera. And definitely more of a yellow base to it. Like, there'd be no way I could use this as like a brightening under eye concealer. So, I don't know, it might work now, but just gonna go ahead and apply it under my eyes. There's not like a whole lot comes out on the applicator. Kind of hoping this will fix the foundation situation. Okay, I'm just going to take that same sponge. So it pretty much disappeared. Definitely not much coverage at all. Probably like sheer to low coverage, which I guess could be good on like no makeup days, maybe. Just want to have like a little bit of something under there. But I definitely don't think this has much coverage at all. And it says it's a soft matte full coverage concealer, which I don't think it's full coverage, but that's just me. So I know Revlon came out with this whole Photoready Candid line, So I wanted to try their setting powder, because this was really the only thing that I know of that came out more recently. And I will say I like the container. This is in 001, which I'm pretty sure is the lightest. And is there, please tell me, okay, there's no plastic covering that up. So I'm just going to shake it. Apparently I'm going to shake it all over me. I'm going to shake it up in the lid. Just going to blend out any creasing that I'm sure happened, because my under eyes always crease. And I'm just going to take my sponge. I'm just going to set my concealer. Alright, so I picked up this Flower Beauty setting brush. So I'm just going to take whatever's left over inside there and just set the rest of my face. This is super soft. I really like this. Okay. So far that setting powder has been like the only saving grace so far. I really like it. It doesn't look super cakey. I mean, you can definitely tell there's powder there, and there is some kind of like weird separation, like discoloration going on right here. Don't know what that's about. The foundation is so splotchy. Look at that. So like I said, I don't know if that is from the mixing medium or what. If I can get a different shade, then I'll do that. But so far the powder's the only thing I'm liking so far in this brush. This brush is like really soft. I wonder if it would be good for bronzer. Might try that. So I totally forgot I had this, but it's by Neutrogena, and it's their Glow On Liquid Highlighter infused with vitamin E. I'm kind of scared to put it on top of powder. I do know some work with powder, so can always see. Yeah, no, it's definitely not going to work on top of powder. So I'm going to have to try this another time, but it seems pretty, it's called Moonlight Galaxy, in case I didn't tell you guys, but it is really pretty. It definitely has more of like a pearly, like, light, shift to it. So if that's not your jam, you might not like this one, but I think they did have another shade in Walmart. So moving on to bronzer. So I saw these, and I've not heard anybody talk about them. It's by Flower Beauty, and it's their Heatwave Luminous Bronzer. So they only had two there. They had Sunswept M1, which I'm assuming is medium 1, and then a Sunrise L1, which I'm assuming is light, maybe. I'm not quite sure. This one definitely has more of like a cooler, let me open these for you. The lighter one definitely has more of like a cool undertone to it, compared to the medium one, which definitely looks a little bit more warm. Or a lot more warm, and it looks like that. So I don't know if you can, yeah, you can definitely see the difference between the two. So when I'm at my palette, that's what the light one swatches like. I always have a hard time finding bronzers that don't pull super orange on me. And then that, God, that's an awful swatch, but that's what medium looks like, which definitely looks a lot more yellow. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to try the light one and see how that goes. And I think I'm going to try this brush. This might be a mistake. Okay, I don't think I'm going to use that brush. I think I'm going to just use this Flower Beauty one, which I think is meant for either contouring or blush. I'm not quite sure, but I like to use it to bronze with. So I'm just going to dip. Oops, sorry if I was shaking the camera, but I'm just going to use this. Okay, on camera that looks super dark, but in person it does not look nowhere near as dark. Like, it's actually really pretty, but for some reason on camera it's just picking up like super dark. It's so weird. Like, it's definitely not, it's probably because I look dead. I look so pale, but in person I don't. So I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if I would be able to use this when I'm pale. I mean, maybe if I go in with like a really light hand, like, I look absolutely crazy. I look like I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright, that's a little bit better. Like, I don't look, now I just look weird. Oh, this video is going to the dogs. I'm just going to clean up under there. Picked up a pressed powder cheek and just like a little individual pan. And it's in the shade Why Hello. And I thought it would look really pretty with the eye look that I thought I was going to make today. And it's just more of like a cool toned, you know, peach shade. I'm trying to figure out where I can swatch it. So that's what it looks like there. For some reason it looks pink on camera, but it's more of like a mauvey, like light peachy color. So I have this one, which I don't think is a new shade. It might be. And then from Neutrogena, they have these Cheeky Winks Flush Blush. It looks like this. I think there was only 2 of these, and the other one was definitely not going to work for my skin tone. And that's what it looks like right there, which is more, oh no, it's a cream blush. I wonder if it's cream to powder. It doesn't say. It feels like it's like cream to powder. Yeah, it definitely cream to powder. Like, me and these swatches have been awful today. I'll do it on my other hand. It looks like that. It's actually really pretty. Like, I just look ridiculous. But yeah, that's really pretty. So I think I'm gonna try this first and see how well it does on powder. So I'm just going to use this Sephora blush brush and I'm going to dip into it. I think it's working, but it's kind of clinging to these patches right here. So I don't know if I would use this on top of powder. I would probably use this before I set my foundation, and then probably go over it. But it, again, I mean, it's such a really pretty color. It's really pretty. So I think on the other side, I'm going to use this other blush because I'm taking this off when this video is done. So I'm just going to go in with that Colourpop blush. That's really pretty too. It gives like a nice like flush back into the skin. I really like that. I don't know if you're really going to be able to see it on camera because I don't know what's going on with this whole situation here. But that's actually really pretty. They're both super pretty. And I'm just going to go in with this e.l.f. one in a white gold, which I think is somewhat new or newer to their line. And I think I'm just going to use this one. And I'm going to grab this Milani brush. And I'm just going to dip into that. We're going to set the face. And I have this e.l.f. Glow Dewy Mist. It's coconut and argan oil, which I think this came out with like their, like what is it, the active line or something. But I picked this up and I'm going to give it a go. Let's see how it sprays. Oh. Definitely a wide spray, that's for sure. Oop. And it definitely smells like coconuts. But like fresh coconuts, not like that artificial like fragrance. This spray is like ridiculous. I don't even know if I could pick it up on camera, but no, of course I'm not going to be able to. But it's like it's a really wide. Oh, dear Lord. I'm going to have to move you guys in closer because this is crazy. It just like left these white milky dots on my face. Okay, let's see. Okay, maybe I just sprayed too much. Because when I tap it with my sponge here, that, I'm hoping you can see, that eyeshadow has crumbled so bad. Like, it's, like, all right here. Like, it has just crumbled. So, I don't know if maybe I applied too thick of a layer. Oh my God, I got spray everywhere. Or if I'm supposed to use like a glitter base or something, I'm not quite sure, but I mean it is like all the way down here. So, but yeah, that's kind of the scary up close view of how my skin is looking. So definitely not the greatest whatsoever. Okay, so I don't have a new eyeliner, so I'm not going to bother with it. Like I said, I'm going to take this off. However, I do have a new mascara here by Rimmel. It's called Wow Wings, and they had this in a waterproof one, which was in a blue case, I think. But it says up to 11 times the volume, so we shall see about that. Do you see those dots? That is from the setting spray. Like, that's how wide it disperses. So, alright. So, this is what the mascara one looks like. Pretty interesting. So, let's see how it does. The formula is definitely more, kind of feels more on the wetter side than the drier side, that's for sure. So I will say it definitely gives you like volume. I mean, that's for sure. But do you see how like clumpy it has made my eyelashes? Like, I guess if you have like super thick, full, luscious lashes, then maybe this might work for you, but I definitely do not like for my mascara or my eyelashes to look like this. Not at all. Alright, lastly, lips. So I have these, this L'Oreal Paris new matte lipsticks, I guess. It doesn't really tell on the bottle, but I got that in Power, which I thought would look good with the eye look I thought I was going to do. But I also got this Almay lipstick in Go Wild. It's a matte lipstick. I've not heard very many people at all talk about these lipsticks, because I know they launched a good couple months ago, I want to say. And Almay's just not really one of those brands that is talked about a lot. I don't know if I've ever used anything from Almay like in a regular basis. Like, I probably just bought some stuff for video, but I don't think I've actually ever like incorporated them in my everyday routine, if that makes any sense. So this is what the packaging looks like. I like how it's clear on top so you can see what color you're getting. And that's the shade I got right there. So let's just swatch it right here. It's a really pretty, like, peachy nude. And it felt really nice swatching it. And the curve, too, I don't know if you can tell, is a little bit different, I think. It looks like it's more narrow. And could really, like, hug your lips. So, let's see what this one looks like swatched. Just going to swatch it right next to there. So definitely, they're pretty close. The L'Oreal one is definitely a lot lighter, and as I'm like packing it on top, it looks like it is a little opaque. So I'll probably put this one on first and then put the lipstick on top. Actually smells pretty good. Like, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's definitely more on the sheer side. I don't know if they're, you know, all like that or if it's just this color, because it's more on the nude. It's my first time trying these, and I know these are relatively new. I'm going to see if that dries down and try to add another layer to it, because it's definitely, like, it's definitely pretty sheer. Like, I don't feel like it's as opaque, because I can still see my lip color coming through. So let's see if it dries down, and if it does, I'll add a second layer. Alright, so let's go in with the Almay on its own and see. It smells good. It's definitely more opaque than the L'Oreal one. And it feels really nice. It doesn't feel like a super matte lipstick, even though it does say it's matte, yeah. But it still feels really comfortable. I actually really like that shade. It's definitely more of like a lighter, nudie, almost like concealer. if I was more on the pale side, but it's still super pretty. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. Finally made it through this super long video, but there was so many misses in here that I don't even know where to begin. So let's just start with the foundation, the moisturizer. It looks so patchy, and I just didn't like the way it laid on top of itself. Obviously I had to use a mixer to lighten it, so I don't know if it was the mixer's fault or if it was just this. So I'm going to see if maybe the shade down from this will work better, so that way I don't have to mix it and give it a true fair shot. But as far as first impressions are, not a big fan of it at all, like 0. Let's see, the concealer. It says it's full coverage, definitely not full coverage. And for this to be the lightest shade, or I think it was in the store, it is definitely too dark, and you can still see that freckle coming through. So this is not full coverage. It definitely is not like a super matte. It does say soft matte, but when I applied it, it definitely looked more on the dewier side. I don't know if that had something to do with the foundation or what, but no, that's a no-go for me. Mascara, didn't like it, won't use it, won't reuse it. No, I wouldn't even recommend it. The liquid highlighter, of course, I didn't get a chance to try because I powdered before I put it on there. So I will definitely update you guys on that one. The bronzers from Flower Beauty, I really like how it looks in person. Definitely not sure how this is going to work on someone with super pale skin, like when I'm not fake tan. So I don't really know how that's gonna do, but I mean, even with this patchy foundation, like, it still glided on real smooth. I wouldn't say it's like super luminous. I don't really feel like it gives that much of a shine, so I wouldn't be too scared if that's something you're not a big fan of, or you're not like particularly looking for that. I don't think it's like super crazy luminous, but I really do like these, and I'm gonna play around with them some more. Then let's see, the lipsticks, I prefer the Almay over the L'Oreal. Just color wise, opaque wise, feels good. So I would definitely go check out the Almay. I don't know if it's just this color or what, but I might see what other shades they carry this in. I think this is the one where it has that universal red. Might pick that up and give that a go, but as far as this one is concerned, no, don't like it. The blush, oh my gosh, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous blush. And like I said, I don't know if this is like the foundation doing this, or if it was this, because it is more on like the cream to powder side. So I'm definitely going to throw it in with my everyday routine, foundations and powders that I'm familiar with and know how they work, and give this another go. But so far, I really do like this. It impressed me. Powder, I actually don't mind. Sorry, I'm looking at my mirror down here. I actually don't mind the way my face is set. Like, it doesn't look, cakey under my eyes. It doesn't, like, have a dry patch in the center of my forehead here, which is usually my worst spot. Like, I'm pretty impressed with this one as well. So I'm going to also toss this into my everyday routine and give it a go with my more favored foundations. So I'll definitely let you guys know about that. Not sure if this really did anything. Again, foundation kind of just threw everything off, so I'll definitely give this a go with a different foundation and let you know. But I'm just not much of a mattifying primer, and I'm not a big fan of like the primer sticks. So that's just kind of personal preference there. The lip oil, really did enjoy that. Might put some on top and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, it's definitely a win out of my book. Gonna throw this in my purse and carry it with me. Absolutely stunning. I would recommend picking these up. I think I'm gonna go pick up the other shades and try those out. The Colourpop blush, absolutely stunning color. Applied just fine, didn't look patchy. Nice pigmentation. Definitely going to throw this into my routine as well. The primer, I wouldn't say like I look super dewy. I mean, I definitely do in here, and where my highlighter is. So I'm definitely going to play around with this some more. Just be careful with the sprayer. The sprayer is not the best, but if it's a good product, then, you know, I can probably look past that. And then lastly, the eyeshadow palette. Well, not lastly, I have the jelly too, but I don't know what's going on with this outer corner and this dark shade and why it looks so patchy. I'm just going to have to try it again. I mean, I had to redo my eyeshadow, and I mean, it was just a disaster from the beginning, but that was mostly my fault and the colors I picked and stuff, not the palette itself. So I'm definitely going to play around with this some more. Definitely going to try to reuse this darker shade. Going to use the shades that I didn't use as well, and just to see if maybe it's the darker shades or what. But so far, I'm not like as impressed like I thought I would be, considering all the good reviews that it was getting. So it's definitely it definitely goes to show that you can't always trust reviews. That is, sometimes you just have to kind of bite the bullet and try it out for yourself and just return it if it doesn't work. But I'm definitely going to keep, you know, using it and playing around with it and seeing. The jelly eyeshadow, it is flaking all over the place. I don't know if I was supposed to like set it with an eyeshadow on top. I don't know if I was supposed to use a glitter glue underneath. I'm not quite sure, but I mean, I'll try it again in different ways and let you know. But as of right now, I'm not impressed with it. Definitely, like, you can see the creasing. I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but like right there is my skin. Like, it has flaked off so much that you can like see through it. So I'm just gonna research these, see if I just applied it wrong or what. But as of right now, I wouldn't repurchase this or any other shade. So yeah, I think that is everything. Yeah. So hopefully you enjoyed this long video and enjoyed my pain, because this was a rough one. Like, out of all the videos and review videos, I've never had this amount of misses. So pretty interesting. Let me know down in the comments below, do you own any of these? Have you tried any of these? Let me know your thoughts and comments, and let me know what else you want me to try. I might get my hands on a few high-end new releases, so watch out for that, especially because I believe the VIB sale is coming soon. So just wait on that one. And if there's any one brand tutorials you would like to see, leave down below, because I like doing one brand tutorials. I have done a couple on my channel already, so just leave it all down below. And yeah, I think that's it. So thanks for watching, and if you're new here, hi, welcome. Hopefully this wasn't too bad of a first impressions on me, but yes, I can do my makeup. Not as good as professionals, but this really challenged my skills today. So hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell while you are down there. And until next time, guys, see ya.